I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown! Howdy folks, welcome back to my top 100 games of all time. I'm Hunter. My life partner, Rebecca, is here for commentation.
Oh, I'll commentate.
Today we're looking at my 90 to 81. Let's take a look at the stats. We got some stats. We always have stats. So we have 4 new games this time. 4 new games.
Okay.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
5 games went down, which is normal. But
Yep.
one lone little game went up.
The rest stayed the same?
No. That adds to 10. Is it new math? Common Core. Just estimate the answer. Anyway, so let's do this. We'll start off right away with my number 90. My number 90. This game dropped quite a bit because I've come to terms that I like his big brother much, much more than it.
I know what game this is then.
That is the Battle of 5 Armies. Battle of 5 Armies is a epic game of Hobbiton.
It says here it's the epic ending of The Hobbit. That sounds rough, guys. The ending of The Hobbit. Ouch!
Hobbit is ended.
End that Hobbit. I think they mean the end of the book, not the actual Hobbit.
So, Battle of 5 Armies, this game came out. It uses the same kind of mechanisms and gameplay as War of the Ring, but it distills it down into the fighty bits for the most part. You jump right in and you're immediately fighting and attacking, and that's really the concentration. It's kind of an area control game. You're trying to control a certain number of areas, while the good guys are just trying to hold off long enough for, I guess, the Eagles to come save them. I don't know. So this is like she said, it's a reenactment of the ending of The Hobbit, which is my favorite book of all time. So you would think this would be higher on my list, but no. It's not, because it's pulled out some of my favorite parts of War of the Ring. I really like the diplomacy, the secret movement, the whole, clandestine aspects, and it's more. There's more tension, and there's more to do. There's more things going on. Where this one, like I said, it really concentrates on the battles. There's not really a lot of you got to get the elves all worked up so they'll fight, and the dwarves you got to go talk to them and get them angry and all that sort of stuff. This one you're just jumping in and you're fighting. You don't have to get people angry or join your side or anything.
They're already angry.
Everyone's angry.
It's just an angry game.
So. I like it. It's a great 2-player game. If you like dudes on the map game with a little more oomph to it.
And it's Lord of the Rings themed. Come on. That automatically makes
Bite
it.
your tongue.
I'm sorry, Hobbit themed? Is that better?
Yes. Hobbit happened.
Can you feel me roll my eyes?
A long time before Lord of the Rings.
Blah, 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 blah.
So anyway, this is a great game. I enjoy it. But again, if I'm going to pull out a game and play, this does play quicker. But if I'm going to pull out a game to play, it's probably going to be War of the Ring over this one. But I will play this one. I do enjoy it. Like I said, it's faster. It's more in your face than War of the Ring is. But I like I said, took pieces of the game out. But again, it makes my top 100. It rolls in at number 90. It dropped quite a bit because, like I said,
We need to play it again.
Yeah, I'm liking War of the Ring more so than this game. But this is a great game. It's a great game.
It's a good game.
And this one plays in, maybe a couple hours? What does it say? It's a 60-plus minutes. It's probably a 2-hour game.
Yeah, I was going to say, that
Whereas
was a lie.
the way we play War of the Ring with all the goodies and bits mixed in, it's pushing 3.5, 4 hours for War of the Ring. So this one's half the time, probably.
I think it would be quicker if we played it more frequently, though.
Play it more frequently and took some of the... Because in each expansion you add to War of the Ring, it makes it longer. Makes it more fun, in my opinion, but it makes it longer. There you go. My number 90... War of the 5 Armies? Battle of the 5 Armies. My number 89, this is the one that went up because I love this game. it's locking itself in as one of my big group favorite. Should be
Favorite big group?
Favorite big group. You know what? I read an article the other day that English speakers naturally put their adjectives in order.
Yep.
Even though there's no rules for them. There's no written rules, but we always do. There's an order. I don't know what the order is. Like number this and this and this and this. You just naturally, and if you say it out of order like I just did, it doesn't feel natural.
Yep.
And but you didn't learn that in school. No one told you need to put your number first and this second, and you don't learn that in school. It's just natural.
I was going to say something snarky about it.
So let me repeat this. It's becoming one of my favorite big group social deduction games, and that is Mafia de Cuba.
Oh my gosh, yes, you are in love with this game now. It's so funny.
I love this game.
It's hilarious.
We played this at a game day recently because of our resolution. We played it at a game day recently, and I love being the Godfather in this game. It's just I found that in games like that where there is one person kind of running the show. I like that role. I like playing the Godfather in this game. I like playing the clue giver in Deception.
Oh, really?
I like doing that. I mean, I like both playing either way.
Yeah.
But I definitely like the Godfather best in this. I mean, unless someone really had it upside down, he didn't say anything. If I have my brothers, I would be the Godfather every time that I play this because I just love it.
Which is funny because I'm the exact opposite. I like playing this game. I would never want to be the Godfather playing this game.
It's tough. It's really tough to do it. I mean, because you got to go around. It's like almost a meta game when you play the Godfather. Anyway, let me tell you what the game's about. So basically, it's a social deduction game where everyone has a role. Basically, you pass a box around. You can either steal gems from the Godfather, or you can pick a role that you are. You're going around. It eventually gets back to the Godfather, opens the box, and he goes, "Oh heavens, someone stole some of my gems." And then it's his job to play the table, so to speak. He goes around and talks to people, compares what information they don't have, try to peg down who's lying, and then you accuse them, and then if you're right, they give you your gems back. If you're wrong, you kind of get an oops, and you only get so many oopses before you lose the game. But what I was saying before is the Godfather almost has two different levels. One, he's playing the game to try to figure out who he wants to win, but he's also kind of the moderator and the driver of what's going on around the table, right? He's kind of almost the host of the game in a way. He's really driving the interaction and the talking, and because he's questioning everyone. And I really enjoy that.
Aren't these the oopses?
Yes, those are the oopses.
You give them booze. For your oops, my bad. Here's a bottle of whatever this is.
Is it?
It looks like pirate rum.
Yeah, it's rum.
Is it rum?
I think it's rum, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I just love that that's the oops.
And there's all kinds of different roles. There's some people that are on the Godfather's side. There's some people that are tricking the Godfather. There's like this FBI agent who's trying to shoot somebody and all sorts of craziness.
FBI agent.
So.
Yeah, it's a riot. And I like isn't there like the, please sir, can I have some more of the street urchin or something?
Street urchin. The last person around the table has a choice. They can either be a role or they can just say I'm a street urchin, and they don't have a role. And
why wouldn't you just be a street urchin just to say you could be a street urchin?
I think they win if the bad guys win, so he's trying to throw off the thing.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't remember. There's tons of roles and tons of things, but it's a great. It plays. What does it play?
6, 7, 8?
No. 12 players.
Oh yeah, 12. Wait, is it more with the expansion?
I don't think so. I think it plays 6 to 12 with both. Pretty sure it's 6 to 12 with both. On the side right there, 6 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so you're looking for a big group social deduction game where one person's kind of driving the game. Basically, like I said, it's a good way to, because when you play the roles, you can kind of step back and just kind of play off what the Godfather's doing, right? It's an important role to the game, so you really need a kind of a strong player to play the Godfather. And that is my number 89. Went up 9 places.
That's awesome.
Mafia de Cuba.
That's awesome.
All right, my number 88. Another Feld. It's time for another Feld. This one fell a lot because we played it recently again, and
a Feld game again.
It's falling kind of in the middle of the pack for Felds, and that is the Bruges.
Are you feeling okay? Do we need to have an intervention?
Let me explain. I've played a lot of games. If it's in my top 100, it is an amazing game. And this is an amazing game.
It's true.
But there is 87 games that are more amazing than this game.
There are 87 games.
Come on! I am not in English class.
Boy,
See,
sorry, I'm upset because...
Commentation.
That's right.
No one likes your commentation.
Everyone loves my commentation.
Bruges. Steffenfeld game. It is again, kind of a point salad game, but this is the trick of the vehicle, the thing that makes this game special, is the multi-use cards, and it's crazy multi-use cards. They're like,
oh my gosh,
7 different things you can do with each card.
Yeah,
it's got dice drafting, it's got multi-use cards, it's got many different ways to win. It's a cool game. So I'm not going to go over all the ways you can use a card, but you can use it for like a building, you can use it for resources, you can use it to get money, you can use it for a special power, you can use it to make the person and like put them on a build. You put them in a building, and now you got a person that can do things. A lot going on in this game.
I like how you instantly said, I'm not going to tell you what all the cards do, but then proceeded to tell them what
Not all of them. I didn't say all of them.
Oh!
Because you can also use them to get rid of... Anyway, the cards have many uses. You get cards as you go along. You play those cards, and things happen. But this game is sadly out of print. This is probably one of the... I wouldn't say... In my opinion, one of the biggest offenders for games that needs to be reprinted that have not been reprinted.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's in limbo of who owns the rights or what's going on with it.
What year did it come? 2013. So they're waiting until 2023 to have their 10-year...
I don't know, but anyway...
That's nonsense, people.
The price of this game is going up. So if you don't have it, sorry.
It's great, but don't pay that
It's a great Feld. It falls in, I wouldn't say middle of the pack. It's the lower of the upper end. I guess that is middle of the pack of Feld games. I have no idea how many Feld games are on my list. There's probably 4 or 5-ish that are above this one. But still an amazing game.
That's all? We have like 15 Felds.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh, but I want to show... Can I show...
This is a guy you can trust right here.
That's right. That's a face of an awesome gamer right there.
Gamer?
I like the impish child stealing fruit from chick who's obviously distracted. That cracks me up.
It's on the front, too.
The art... Is he on the front? He is! Look at that naughty child! Someone beat that kid.
He's got pestilence. He's trying to...
Oh my gosh! What's wrong with you?
Anyway,
it's his last piece of fruit because he's got the...
This is one of the what I call the punitive Felds.
Ah!
It has things that punish you, but this one's probably not as harsh as some of like Notre Dame or in Year of the Dragon. It's kind of easy to avoid being too punished by the
That's true.
The stuff that's
most
going
of the time.
Anyway, Bruges, my number 88.
We shall have words.
My number 87 is a new game to the list. It's new because it came out recently. That's why it's new to the list.
That's usually the definition.
And that is... Hold on. Gentes.
Ah!
Gentes.
No.
Gentes?
Gentes.
It's Gentes. That sounds dumb. Gentes. We have the deluxeified version. I'm going to turn it around and have it backwards. I have the sleeve backwards. This is the front of the sleeve, but the back of the box. Anyway, so I'm going to take the sleeve off and turn the box around. I don't know how do you feel about sleeves? Is it good or bad? Are they good or are they bad?
They'll keep the box shut. They protect the
box. Do you like
box.
sleeves? I don't know. I'm indifferent.
I'm about to get smacked by him, so that tells you something. Oh, wait. I was going to give you so much crap, but it actually says deluxeified. Okay. I'll quit giving you grief then.
It's deluxeified.
It actually is deluxeified. It says deluxeified on the box. I thought you were being a goober.
No!
Okay.
Deluxeified. Anyway, this is the TMG deluxeified version of...
Gent Ace.
Yeah, that. So this game's it's a Euro game. It's got a lot of things going on. It's got a lot of things I like. It got the trick, because a lot of Euro games to make my list, they gotta have a trick. And this trick is you have 6 different kinds of workers. They don't call them workers, call it your population or something. You have 6 different ones. But there's 3 sets of 2 that oppose each other. So as you increase one, they'll eventually meet, and you cannot make more.
Yeah.
If you make more of one, you push
Less
the other one the other way. So you got to decide.
It's cool.
Kind of got to decide which areas you want to specialize in, and the main use for those workers. They have many uses. One of the main uses is you have cards that you're collecting through the game, and they're basically contracts. They got some fancy name for them. I don't know what they're called, but they're basically contracts. And you have the right combination of workers and other things. You can play the card down and basically pay the cost by having the right things. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, the pairing of those, you kind of got to drive that to get the combination of workers population that you need to get those cards. And those cards give you instant abilities or every turn or in-game scorings and all sorts of things. And there's lots of crazy other things going on in the thing. You're putting little hometown things on the board and you get benefits off of those. You're doing actionable selection. It has another cool thing with the actions. You take the action and the action has a time cost. So you have a little area that you put your actions in, but you put your action little tile down. Then you have to put your time, your hourglasses for how much time it takes. And when that fills up, your turn's over. But you can double up. If your action takes 2 time, you can put both of those hourglasses in one spot. Problem is, at the end of the round, you're going to take 1 time off of each spot, so that time is going to slide over, and it's going to take up one of your spots. So your what is it saying? Take from Peter to pay Paul. Basically, you get more actions this turn, but you're going to get less actions on a future turn. So it's got a lot of cool things going on. If you like heavy-ish Euro games, this is a good one. You don't necessarily have to get the Deluxeified, but I've learned my lesson on the TMG Deluxeifieds. They're so good. It looks so nice that I almost jump on every one of them now. So
yeah, it's true. They're really beautiful
because it's got metal coins and all sorts of cool wooden tiles and all sorts of coolness and stuff.
And I think it's got the 90-minute. I think that's about right for that too. If I recall, it said it was 90 minutes, and I think it actually felt like it was.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's one of those 90-minute mid to heavy Euro game, sweet spot games. Yeah. There you go.
That's a cool.
Gent Ace.
I'll allow it.
Gent Ace. Genties.
Dear heaven.
What is it?
Gents.
What is it?
Gentes.
Oh,
dude.
All right. That was my number 87. Let's move on to my number 86. This one's been on the list for 3 years. Crazy, because I love me some Colosseum.
Woo-hoo!
So this game is greatness. This one game is so good, it breaks my 2-player rule. Because I don't own a lot of games.
It's true.
In my collection that play.
What is this? Are you signaling planes?
This is the collection.
Okay. I didn't know. You're like
this means my collection. My collection. I don't have a lot of games that aren't like social deduction party games, like Euro-y games. I don't have a lot that do not play 2-player.
Gotcha.
This one does not play 2-player, but
it does play 3-player.
It does play 3-player, and I enjoy this. Colosseum is a great game. This is the TMG reprint of the Days of Wonder Colosseum.
The Days of Wonder one was really pretty.
Yeah, but it's out of print. And this one's in print.
This one's not too bad.
And the TMG went kind of over the top with metal coins.
They did.
Box waste.
They did help try to make it cooler in that regard. So yeah, I mean, it makes up for.
We've never played the Days of Wonder, so we don't really have a comparison other than what we've seen in pictures and stuff.
Yeah, we did. The first time we played.
Oh, you're right, we did.
That's why I said I like the Days of Wonder version better.
Anyway, I'm old. I forget things. All right. So, Colosseum is a game where you're doing, the reason it doesn't play 2-player, there's a lot of auctioning and trading and things like that to go on, and it's hard to make an auction trading game that plays well 2-player, and this one doesn't play 2-player.
There's that.
So you're basically drafting all these little tiles that have like animals and scenery and lions and bears and oh my. And you're basically collecting those to be able to put on performances. So you're going to draft a performance that has all these different things. You need like 2 lions and 3 scenery and 3 boats and whatever.
Do you have a strawberry?
And you're basically drafting those tiles, or basically bidding on tiles, and you're trading. You have trading for those tiles.
Which is entertaining.
You're trying to get as many of those tiles that match your performance as you can, because if you match it perfectly, you don't get any negatives, but each tile you're missing just lowers your score. You're going to do that. You're going to do 3 performances, and interestingly, only your best performance is your end score. You don't score your first one, and second one, third one, add all those together. It's whichever one is your best performance. Usually,
it's your last.
You want it to
usually
it's your last show. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone use Oh, we did have
Yes,
someone.
we did.
Yeah, we did have some people use
Yes,
their
we have.
second to last show.
Yep.
They didn't win. If you want to win, you want to use your last show. But anyway, the TMG version gets a lot of hate because it's got this goofy cover thing going on. I don't know what's going on with this. It almost looks cartoony.
Yeah, but they did a better job inside.
But they has lots of nice clunky tiles and wooden bits and metal coins and all sorts of cool stuff going on.
Nice.
Anyway, if you're looking for a good hour and a half auctioning, bidding, trading type game with a little bit of theme mixed in.
It's got a great theme. I just don't know how many shrubberies I'd see in the Colosseum that made
it means scenery. You gotta see. We're gonna take a break here and discuss something about her. She takes things too literally in board games. If she sees a shrub, that means you're putting a shrub in your party. That doesn't mean it could be like some big column or something. It's scenery. It's representative scenery. They can't put every type of scenery that there is.
Yes, they could.
That's my number 86. It dropped quite a bit because reasons. Colosseum. My number 85. 85 is Clank in Space.
In space.
Clank in Space.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where. Yes, you would have seen that this whole timey-wimey, wobbly-wibbly. What is it? What do they say? You would have seen this if you watched the introduction to my top 100. You would have seen that my 101 game was Clank.
Ah! Spoilers!
No. See, it's a time thing. Timey-wimey.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
You would have seen... I like how you're throwing out all these tenses.
Because we haven't seen... We haven't recorded. We haven't done the live intro.
What?
Yes.
We haven't?
But I would have
talked. Tell the future of the past?
I would have had talked... I would have had talked about it. So my 101 is Clank, but Clank in Space, I enjoyed this more. Thusly, is my 85.
And there's how you use the future perfect tense, folks.
What?
Go ahead. I'm just throwing that in there.
So this is my 85. I enjoyed this more than Clank. Clank is a great game. I enjoyed it. It almost made my list. It just missed. It was the last one, It's
interesting that you like this one that much better, though. That's interesting.
I do, because Clank's a great game. I enjoy it. It's my 101, which is great. But this one's got a little more meat to it, because Clank. It seems like Clank is, and there's nothing wrong with this. It seems like it's almost a dead race.
It is a race.
Yeah, but it's like you run in, grab something, and run out. This one's got things that kind of roadblocks that you got to get past to get. You have to go here and you have to put a cube here and go over here and put a cube here, and you have to spend a little time before you can go and get into the good part of the last part of the board where all the big artifacts and stuff are. So it kind of regulates the time a little more, because you could have. And then again, there's pluses and minuses to this. You could have a Clank game that could last like 30 minutes. Someone just runs in and runs out. This one, you can't do that. You can run in and put your cubes down as fast as you can and grab something and run out, but it's a little bit longer.
It takes a little longer to do that.
More of a slow burn,
It's
and it feels like you accomplish more in this game. There's more oomph to it, and it has an expansion. We don't have any expansions to Clank, but we do have an expansion for this game that tricks up, that gives you something to do with those black cubes.
Right.
That you get those black cubes. That they draw out of the bag. It gives you something to do with those. So there it is. Clank is a deck building game. It's still a race game, but again, it's kind of like I said, it's a regulated race game. Is that right? That sounds good. Regulated race game. Basically, you have to do X. You have to do A, B, and C before you can do D. Whereas in Clank, you just run in and grab A and run out. So
not as fun.
It's not as fun, but still a great game. So if you like deck building games, and I prefer my deck building games, and you'll see that this is true for every game on my list. I prefer deck building games to have stuff going on, where you're doing stuff on the board.
Wow, you just added a particular game. You're like, okay, that's cool.
What do you mean added a particular game?
Added. That's what the cool kids say.
Deleted.
No, never mind. Anyway, it's okay.
What is she? Is she?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
You're like, right at you, Dominion.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you just did.
Well, Dominion, there's other ones that are just true deck building
I'm looking
games.
at you, Dominion. Yeah,
Kind
that's
of.
what that
Yeah,
was.
Dominion is it's not
called being
Dominion's in not my top 400.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, deck building greatness.
I'm ignoring that, by the way. I'm just
Blank in space. There you go.
It's good.
All right.
It's a good game.
All right, let's get heavy.
some-
Let's get the heavy games. We haven't really had like the heavy. My boss is kind of heavy, but we haven't had
Battle of the
a
Five Armies.
heavy game. Here they come, 2 in a row. 2 in a row? Maybe 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Kind of 3,
Well,
almost
you
3 in a row.
just tell us what they are. You drive me crazy.
One of my favorite designers that I guess in recent years, I guess we discovered them. When did we discover this designer?
1492.
Oh, I guess we've had one of his games for a while, but we're kind of like, eh. But now we're like, I love this designer. He's like one of my faves. He's probably top 5 designers for me of all time.
Gotta get you a new t-shirt.
And that is, yeah, I do have to get a new t-shirt. And that designer, and I think I've been saying his name wrong. I've always been saying Vittel Lacerta. But I heard someone who knows him personally say his name Vittel Lacerta. So you people out there that are from Portugal, let me know, is it Vittel Lacerta or is it Vittel Lacerta? But the game is Kanban Drivers Edition. Kanban. Love me some Vittel. His games are like Vittles.
Mr. Lacerta, I am so sorry. Did you have to deal with these people? There's all types out there.
Kanban Drivers Edition. So this is a heavy Euro game. It's a heavy Euro game, but it plays in about 2 hours, which is heavy but quick. And in this game, you are an automotive company, and you're doing automotive type things, and you're trying to build the best cars in the best ways for the best reasons.
Best reason is making money, I'm assuming, because I'm like, what other reason did you have to build a car?
So, if you like the game... What's the game? The stupid car game that you like.
What? Stupid
The
car
one where
game.
it has the conveyor belt? What's it called?
Automania?
Automania, yeah. Automania. If you like Automania, this Automania...
Stupid car game.
This is Automania taken to... They crank it up to 10 or 11, maybe even 12. So, look at this board.
Stupid car game.
It's okay. Anyway.
Watch it be higher on his list.
So this is a lot going on. So if you've ever played a Vittel Lacerta game, it's the game is it's like when you teach any of his games, it's like all this stuff. But all his games just boil down to like simple mechanisms.
So cool.
It's just
so cool.
Once you learn the game, it's just like you just go here and do this thing.
Yeah.
Or you play a card and do what it says. I mean, it's just...
You have like 3 moves.
But
in
you
your
have
turns
all
with
these
the
options and
from
all
it.
this
Yeah.
depth. And this game...
Well designed.
This game is really cool. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've only played this...
Couple times,
but I really liked it. We played this at the winter retreat.
Woohoo!
And I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was really fun. I like this. I like his games. I'm just... The more and more I play... his games, I'm loving his style of games because, like I said, they're kind of a bear to teach. But once you play like 1 round or 2 rounds, you're
everyone
like,
gets it.
I got it. Then you don't even. It's rare that with his games that you pull the rule book out and look something up.
That's really true because everything kind of logically flows from your decisions.
So you're looking for another thing I like about his games is a lot of people say heavy Euro games don't have any theme. His games have quite a bit of theme.
They're great theme.
Especially this one. This one has a lot of theme to it. But it is a heavy Euro game. It does have all the trappings of a heavy Euro, but you really feel like you're an automaker manager type person. So anyway,
crappy car game.
But it's got. I love the board. His boards are always very colorful. They look. If you set the games up on the table, they just look like. It's like, wow, it looks cool. There's a lot going on, but it looks cool.
Beautiful, yeah.
Anyway, there you go. This is Kanban, the Driver's Edition. This is like a kind of a streamlining, a redoing, but as far as I know, it's very, very similar to the original Kanban game.
Well, it has the original rules or something in it, too, if you want to still play it the old way, doesn't it? I thought one of his games has that.
we may talk about that game at some point.
Interesting.
But not the now.
I know which game that is.
Not the now. But
Not
anyway,
the now.
one of my
Not the now.
faves, Kanban.
You know what movie that's from?
From
You get a gold
Vittel Lacerta. Speaking of Vittel Lacerta, someone needs to tell me which one it is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, get ready for motion sickness. Escape plan.
Good grief, you're ridiculous. Wasn't it Ian O'Toole that was saying his name was Vittel?
Yes.
He's probably an authority on that.
Well, he does the rules for his games. So.
Yeah, so I would think you should go
But
with
I've never heard anyone say, except him say Vittel. Anyway. Another Vittel Lacerta. I'm going to say Vittel until someone officially tells me I'm saying it wrong.
Oh my gosh. I hope Lacerta himself just calls you.
Vittel Lacerta.
Listen here!
This is his latest and greatest as of this moment, though the other one, his newest game, is kind of in motion to us. But this is his most recent game. I played this game again. This one just screams theme. So
It's pretty awesome.
again, it's another one of those
It's
games
awesome.
that's really got a lot of things going on. It's really kind of hard to teach, but again, once you play a little bit, boom, you've got the game.
Yeah.
So basically, you are a heister. A heister. You performed a heist. And you're kind of moving around the city, kind of collecting all your investments and all your money as much as you can, trying to avoid the cops and collecting items and different things. And eventually, you're going to make a escape from the city and
An
get
escape
out.
plan?
Get out. So you don't know where it's kind of random where the exits are in the city. So you kind of gotta, be. What am I looking for? You gotta be.
Wiley?
Reactive to what's going on in the game.
Ah.
So you
Wiley.
basically, like I said, you're collecting as much money. You're trying to get out. The first one out gets out without any penalty. After that, you got to kind of pay some cash because the exits are tightening up, and you have to pay. You basically lose some money.
Coppers are closing
You
in
lose
on
some
you.
money, and if you don't get out at all, well, you're out of luck.
Didn't
So,
you not get out?
I didn't get out.
You gotta have the right connection.
Again, this one is
gotta know some
if you're
people.
looking for a heavy Euro game with lots of theme, and especially if you like the heist kind of gangster, not really gangster, more of a heist type theme. This
Well,
is
you
a
had to have
great
some
game.
connections. You had to have a few connections to be able to get out of town.
And this is a tile play. Basically, the city starts out, and then you kind of expand out and expand out and expand out. At some point, the escape routes pop in, and again, you have to find a way to get out. And I missed it by, I think I was one space short.
Missed it by that much.
That much. So I love it. This is a great game. Again, this one and Kanban are obviously neck and neck. I'd have no idea which one I like better. Again, I didn't say it, but Kanban and this one are both brand new. We played Kanban for the first time last December. We played this one the first time when it came out from the Kickstarter. I don't remember when it showed up, sometime this year. Love it. Again, of those two games, they're about the same. Whichever theme you like better, that's the one I say you should try out. But I love them. I love Vittel.
So much he knows his name.
I love his games.
They're beautiful.
This won't be the last that you see of Vittel. I don't like Vittel. It sounds weird.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
You better hope his name. He's gonna smack you, and I'm gonna laugh.
All right.
I'll take pictures.
Here's one of the highest punitated games on my list. It's not the highest, but one of the highest. The more we play this game, two things. Two things is what's driving it down my list, and there's a good chance it may...
You lost.
No.
Oh.
Two things that's driving it down my list. One, this game is too short, in my opinion.
Okay.
When this game ends, we're like, it's over?
Wow, okay.
What? It's over? And the other thing that is a whole major aspect of the game seems almost too hard to do. Although the last time we played, we did do this aspect better, but it still seems like it's too rough, and you almost want to concentrate in other areas of the game. It seems like it's a waste almost to do that area. But the game is The Voyages of Marco Polo.
Ah, okay.
So this game is just done. Like, you're playing this game, and you're like, boom, it's over. When we play this two-player, it's like 30, 45 minutes at the most. for a heavyish Euro game, not super heavy, but a heavyish Euro game.
Well, it does say 20 to 25 minutes per player on the box.
I know.
They expect us to do it that quickly.
Boom! It is done, and you're like, but I want to play more. And the aspect of the game I'm talking about, there's a map up at the top of the board where you're traveling around, putting in trading posts.
That's true.
It seems like it's so much money and so many resources to move around that board. I mean, you can find some efficiencies. And again, when you put the trading post,
I was getting better at that this time.
You get some superpowers and things that you can use for those things. And again, like I said, last time we did it more. It's maybe we don't play it enough that we don't. By the time we figure out how to get that engine going where we can travel well, the game's over.
Maybe.
So, but anyway, it's a dice. You roll dice and you use those dice to take actions on the board. It's one of those games where the higher numbers are usually kind of better. And so Rebecca kind of drives her crazy, but there's one dude that basically you'll have a superpower, you have a persona that gives you a superpower, and it's crazy powerful. Like you look at this and go, I can't lose the game with this power. And you look over there and you're like, I want that power instead.
They're all really good to choose from. It's really awesome. I love that.
Yeah, if you like asymmetrical Euro-y games, this is good. If you like dice placement games, this has got it going. If you like resource management, it's checks all the boxes. But man, this needs to be a 90-minute game for us, not a 45-minute game. It's just way too quick. Because right when you get good, like when you're really like traveling, you got some good engine going, you got some resources flowing, you're like, it's over. And I'm like, but yeah. So that's why it's dropping. It dropped a lot this time. What is it? It's down in the bits. I gotta find it. It dropped 51 places.
Woo! From last year?
From last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it dropped from 31 to 82.
Wow.
I tell you, man.
It tanked.
We replayed most of our collection, and it really highlighted the games I like and don't like. It's not like, because a lot of times when I make my top 100, it's based off memory, and I forget things about the game. And I remembered when we played this again.
You're like, wait a second.
I'm like, this game is too short. It's too difficult. Not difficult. I think it's intentional to be short and to make it where when your engine gets cranking, it's over, because I guess you'll be doing too much stuff.
Probably.
At the end.
Probably.
But anyway, that's my number. What is it? 82. The Voyages of Marco Polo.
Marco Polo.
All right.
It had to be so,
last but not least is a new game to the list. This goes against my normal opinionation of games.
What's with the...
I normally don't like kind of straight card games. It's not my thing.
Oh, this one breaks the mold?
I don't normally...
Is it Dominion?
No. I don't normally like kind of straight card games, but this got a little bit more. It's got some engine building, got some resource management. It's got a race for points. All things I kind of like, but at its heart, it's a straight card game, and that game is Res Arcana.
I love this game.
Res Arcana.
I love this thing.
Yeah, this is a great game. For a card game, works. Because, like I said, it's got a lot of things going on. It's got the resource management. It's got the race to get points. I enjoy games where there's like you see your goal in sight, and you're trying to find the most efficient and quick way to get there. It's like I said, it's engine building. That's the cards you're building your engine. Basically, your engine's cranking out more and more resources. When you start the game, you got like a couple resources that you're rubbing together. By the end, you got like a pile of resources that you're doing stuff with. It has a nice build. Like I said in some of my earlier games, a lot of the games feel samey. You're doing the same thing. This one just cranks up. I mean, you're really, you're going, this is going to take forever. How did we get points? And I've got 15 points. I mean, it's just, so it's first 1 to 10 points. You're basically getting cards. You're adding them to your tableau. You're building your engine. Eventually, you're going to buy these sacred areas. I don't know what they're called. They're cards in the middle that are big points. And basically, usually you're going to go, okay, I'm going to work towards getting this card.
Artifacts.
No, artifacts is something you can get. They're called nature areas, sacred things, places of power.
Places of power.
Places of power, and basically
Yes.
they have like a crazy high resource cost. Like one might cost like 9 of the black.
Yeah, it's
resource.
insane. They
But-
sound impossible.
So
from
you're
beginning
building
to
your
end.
engine. Like I said, one way to play the game, the way I tend to play the game, is I'm building my engine with the goal of getting to a certain place of power to get the resource. Because if you build up like red and blue resources, and you get good at those, and there's no real place of power that does that, it might not work for you. But anyway, great card game, great engine builder. It plays really quick. I want to say it's 30 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
For 2-player, it's probably 30 minutes. If you like card game, resource management, kind of got that Splendor feel to it, where you're trying to, there's a goal in terms of victory points you need, and at the end, whoever has the most victory points wins.
Sorry, I just saw something creepy.
What?
In all the little, like, emblems, there's a little face in there. That is so creepy. It's real faint. Do you see
Oh,
it?
there is.
That's so creepy. So on these little emblems on the corners, if you have the box, look at it. There's faces in them.
Welcome to Random Ones.
Sorry, I'm sitting here staring at this. I love this game. I love this game so much.
Yeah, but I
want to
expect-
play this game.
I suspect this will be really high up on your list.
Yeah,
when you
this
get
is
to-
like the kind of game I like to play. Psh, right there. Oh,
It's a good
so
one. Like I said, it breaks my mold because I'm not a big
Yeah.
straight card game fan. And this,
And this-
like I said, this has got a little more going on than a straight card game, but it's a card game.
But yeah, but it's got the deck builder greatness. I mean, it's
and
a good deck builder.
And one of the things I like about it, I mean, it's a little minor thing, but I like it, is
The pieces are
it
great.
has an insert that has all these little resources.
Yeah, it actually works really well. Thank you.
And they got space for
Thank you, Sandcastle.
They got space for expansion type stuff. There's
Oh,
all sorts
please
of
make an expansion
areas.
for this.
I mean, it's designed to add expansions to the original box.
They did a beautiful job. Beautiful job.
So it's a good one. And that's my last one for this time around. My number 81.
Good one to
New
end
to
with.
the list. Res Arcana. Or Arcana, depending on what part of the world you're from. We'll see you next time. Oh, wait. But before we go, we gotta tease the next list. Let's tease it real quick.
All right.
I didn't prep for this, so let's see what happens here.
Okay.
We got 2 new games.
Okay.
2 new games.
Okay.
We got 2 games I do not own.
2.
40% of the games that I do not own, they're on my list, are in the next 10.
Okay.
Then, additionally, we got 2 games that went up,
Okay.
4 games that went down, 5 games that went down.
Whoa.
5 games that went down. 2 new. Yeah. And in that is the biggest drop of all the games.
Biggest
that
drop.
that stayed on my list.
Bigger drop than Marco Polo.
Yes.
Wow.
The biggest drop of any game on my list, and it breaks my rule that I mentioned in the introduction to this top 100, which I won't repeat because it may give it away. But it breaks one of the rules that I had for making my list, so it's kind of a cheat-ish. And there you have it.
I'm intrigued.
So we'll see you next time for my 80 to 71.
What could they be?